We always hear the question, not even water.
Yeah,
Really, even during the heat, this is the
yeah,
standard sentences I get. The funny thing is that latest science is even proving that even no water is very, very healthy for you to do for 12 hours because they start to eat the bacteria inside. And
yeah.
it is very healthy for you to actually fast and to detox in this kind of way.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Muslim Playlist.
So for us to take it easy on ourselves and take
Yeah.
small steps instead of feeling the pressure of being a perfect Muslim that does everything accurate. Even after now being 20 years a Muslim, I'm not perfect. I'm far from being perfect. But I remember
Mm.
in the first years how I was trying to appreciate the gift of becoming a Muslim by being as perfect as possible. And it puts a lot of pressure.
Across the globe, revert Muslims always have complained like they are alone and they want to join the people together.
So the first thing I would do if you're alone and you're newly revert is not to go online, but to actually
Yes,
go to the
yes. Yeah,
local mosque. Go to the local mosque. Try to find a community in your mosque. Find maybe a charity organization that does things together. You will find a lot of like-minded people in common activities.
yeah,
Maybe you find a small Quran circle or any kind of charity thing. And this is what I would advise. I also find it very critical that a lot of new reverts are getting a lot of attention online and feeling
yeah.
already the pressure of defending Islam in front of non-believers and
Yes,
to grow the wisdom and to grow this shield of understanding how to answer certain critical trap questions. It's not easy, and for somebody who
yeah,
just reverted, it's almost impossible to find a wise and calm answer. So I would tell
yeah,
these people to just do it for themselves, between them and God. They don't have to announce it yet. Find a local mosque, find people that are
yeah.
like minded, where you feel comfortable, and take it step by step from there.
So meanwhile, some reverts don't announce that they are being Muslim. They might get so much hatred, so they get hide themselves, their identity in front of their parents, friends, and family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for them, any guidance or any advice you wanna give?
I found the most best way to promote my religion is being a good character. Like, for example, if my mother would all of a sudden see that I'm becoming more accurate with the truth, or that I become more respectful in how I treat people around me, or how I become have more amana towards my boss. Like I take my work more sincere, like the work time, I will be more honest and accurate with it, and I take it more responsible. Then people are getting curious and thinking, why are you being so transparent, or what makes you so accurate and this and that? And then you say, it's a duty in my religion to be a responsible and trusted person, and it's one of the very big important characters of a Muslim. And then you will find them very curious to ask about your religion, even more than if you would just say, why don't you want to read the Quran? And do you maybe have questions about this and that? Like to promote a certain lifestyle that makes you a good person, helpful to others, friendly, respectful. This is the best invitation to Islam. And that's, by the way, how Islam spread it in Indonesia. Not by a war, not by bloodshed, but by being an honest trader and selling goods to non-Muslims, and being very accurate when it came to the weight and the kilos and the damage of this and that product. And then they were saying, are you trying to sell us something, or are you trying to make your products look bad? And then they say, it's our responsibility as a Muslim to be honest and to be transparent about what we're selling here. And they became curious about, what is this religion where you are such a good human being? And this is how Islam was spread it in Indonesia, the biggest Islamic country right now. So, subhanAllah, it's not by a war or by being the stronger or the louder person, but actually by the good character.
What are the changes you found in Ramzan while practicing Ramzan? First Ramzan and the last year Ramzan.
For me, Ramadan, I try to detox from outside influences. I will try to put it my main priority to be a good creation for Allah, like honor Him, have intentions behind. Like, for example, I'm a mother of three. I'm going to cook a lot. I will be busy with my children, follow up on homeworks. But with the right intentions, I can do all of that worship. So we cannot just worship by 5 prayers a day, but also by feeding our children, being clean at home. We also have some charity projects in our place where we live, where we distribute meals, so I can show them the responsibility we have to others. But even the small things, like I know a lot of busy moms out there who are not free to do such things. So to just cook by having the intention to do that, to feed your children and to please Allah, you get already rewarded. So Ramadan is just to put your intentions right and make sure you please Allah and Allah only, and you will be rewarded in the smallest things.
How you define the Ramzan in the ending times? Like we prepare a lot of food dishes, but Ramadan is not about the food, right? Like many,
I don't want to convince anybody. I'm just
yeah, yeah,
actually focused on myself. I'm
yeah,
feeling so I'm not a studied person in Islam. There are people who are much more knowledgeable than me.
yeah,
I'm just trying to show online my lifestyle and how my point of view of my religion is and how I felt before and after. So I'm not promoting Islam
yeah, yes,
perfect, of course, because I'm just a human being.
yeah,
But what I do is we keep food very simple. We have a salad. We have, of course, date after a long day of fasting. We eat a light soup. We pray a lot as a family, even. And then we will find 2, 3 hours later having another light meal. I'm
yeah,
somebody who doesn't have suhoor, honestly. I don't eat at night. I cannot. But I try to pray as much as I can and to
yeah.
take it light. I'm actually losing weight in Ramadan, so it's a good effect.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. No, honestly, in Egypt, people take it really, really crazy sometimes. Like they make a almost competition of who has the nicer food and who brings the nicest dessert to an
Yeah,
invitation. And
I
I'm
also,
I'm trying, yeah, I'm trying to avoid those invitations as much as possible because they're very distracting. And also the intention, how they are done, Allah knows their intention. But for me, I feel it's more of I'm showing how generous I am and not yeah, it's not my kind of how I want to spend Ramadan. So I will be more with my family and focus on my tasks.
Revert Muslim biggest challenge is not even water. This time, the new Reverts Muslim will feel Ramzan is not about food or water. So many non-Muslims pressurize us that Ramadan is about food and all these
Yeah.
things, but reality is much different from this.
I
So
feel
in it,
Ramadan is it's a boot camp for me. It's a boot camp for my
yeah,
character that hopefully I can benefit from even after Ramadan by prioritizing for a whole month that there's something more important than me and just my day-to-day stuff, but that I'm putting the main focus on pleasing God and my creator and trying to do good things for him and taking care not to lie, not to say small gossips, or to like really focus on showing the best character possible, as well as I feel it's really training the taqwa. In Ramadan, we train the taqwa because we could just sneak in any moment into the fridge and eat. But it's
yes,
really funny for my children, for example. My children are like, I have a 9-year-old very sneaky girl, and she would just go into the
yeah,
fridge and find a strawberry or something. And then she's like, oh no, Allah sees me. Maybe mom doesn't see me, but Allah sees me. And it's like the taqwa
yeah,
that you grow, that you please Allah and not your mom. And this is something that
yes.
is really a very strong picture. Yeah.
So in Egypt, I saw people gathering together in a colony. Is that true? Really happens there?
So we have a tradition of putting a big table in the streets where less
Yeah,
fortunate people can sit down and find a spot to eat. It's a very, very good way to do charity that you are,
yeah,
for example, sponsoring one of those seats for a day or for 2 days or for a whole month, or you can sponsor a whole family. And it's beautifully done and nice decorated. And me myself, I will even visit a site of an orphanage where I go and hopefully collect some charity for. Um, so there are beautiful things to be done, and these huge tables, they went viral because they're so pretty, and people sit together and eat together, and
Yeah.
are all equal, and they're with the need of eating after a long day of fasting, and yep. But it's not about food, obviously.
Yeah. Does kids have any challenges, Quran challenges or Islamic quizzes in their schools in Egypt?
I mean, in the school that my children are, they are finding
Yeah.
like half of the class fasting. The other half would be like maybe Christian or even atheist. We have lots of foreigners in the school my children are
Mm.
going to. It's funny because some Christian children want to fast as well and just to follow that tradition. And
Yeah.
just as our children are crafting for Christmas, there are other kids who are crafting the Ramadan lantern, and it's just a symbolic thing that they're exposed to in the country. In Egypt, we're really tolerating and even cheering on each other in our different traditions, and I love it how you even invite your Christian friends and how they invite you for Christmas and how
Yes.
everyone just gets together. I happened to have last year a visitor every day for dinner.
Mm.
And subhanallah, he ended up learning how to pray and he prayed with us.
Yeah.
And it's
Subhanallah.
beautiful. Yeah, it has a lot of impact.
How people invite others in Egypt? Like,
In Ramadan, yeah. So the
yeah,
first day, usually it's a tradition to invite your close family. Second, you
yeah.
go to your family-in-law, or the other way around. So the first 2 days usually are reserved for the close family. Then you
Okay.
start to invite like the circle of work, school, friends, neighbors, and so on. In the place I live, we are not we're not a big city, and a lot of the relatives are living far in Cairo or in somewhere else. So we are all somehow moving into each other's houses because the community is very small that is fasting. So I know the Muslim families are maybe 20 all in all. So I make sure each one of them takes their spot and we visit each other and we see each other at the mosque for Taraweeh prayer or so on. So it's only a few people that I will see regular.
So I want to ask about the Tahajjud prayer. So how you prayed Tahajjud for your marriage life? Like, oh,
Yeah, I try to go to the mosque and pray there. Sometimes I cannot because my children go to bed early. They have school the next day. I have a 3-year-old son who I cannot leave alone at night. So I do pray with my husband at home, or we have friends and neighbors passing by and we pray together at home. For me, it's always a highlight when I catch up at the mosque and you find me standing with my German Quran trying to follow what the sheikh is reciting in Arabic. And my Arabic became good enough to know where we are. So I can have a good experience and understand what we are doing. I remember the first years, it was really draining for me because I just heard a lot of Arabic words. If the
yeah,
sound is nice and the reciter sounds nice, then you get an emotional feeling. But usually, not to understand what the person is reciting is really challenging for a revert. And there, I would just support anyone to ask in the beginning what is about to be recited. People in the mosque usually can tell you today we take this chapter or today we take this page. And then you
yes,
just
yes.
follow in your foreign language. And Allah is all about your intention. And your intention to please Him is all what He wants. And take it from there, step by step.
How you want to send a message to a revert Muslim sister living in Western countries? What the precautions she has to take in the Ramadan?
I think in big cities, people are aware of what is Ramadan and what fasting means. The
Mm.
smaller the place is you are, the more of an alien you are. And I would
Yes,
just say if you don't feel that you can defend your religion and belief by knowledge yet, then you try to just maybe choose to stay a little bit low profile with it, and you do it for you and for yourself and God only, and you don't do it explaining to others. I think this can protect you a lot from feeling that you need to get into arguments and so on. We always hear the question, not even water.
Yeah.
Really, even during the heat, this is the
Yeah.
standard sentences I get. The funny thing is that latest science is even proving that even no water is very, very healthy for you to do for 12 hours because they start to eat the bacteria inside. And
Mm.
it is very healthy for you to actually fast and to detox in this kind of way, even without water. So this is you find always different signs and different studies, and some will be pro and some will be against you. We know that God has the biggest wisdom about it all, and before you are confident in all the evidence, maybe you just stay a little bit low profile.
Thank you, sister, for joining us.
It's always my pleasure. And yeah, may Allah protect you and have a beautiful Ramadan, inshallah, for you and your whole
I
family.
mean, you too. Thank.
Thank you so much. See you. Bye bye. Salam
Bye.
alaikum.
Dear viewer, thank you for watching our videos on the Muslim Playlist channel. We are glad that you find our content informative and engaging. We kindly request you to consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you will be notified whenever we upload new content, and you will be helping us grow our community of like-minded individuals. Your subscription is important to us, as it lets us know that we are providing valuable content that is worth your time. It also helps us reach a wider audience, which allows us to continue creating new and exciting content for you to enjoy. Please click the subscribe button and join our community of subscribers today. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more great content in the future. Thank you for your consideration. Best regards, the Muslim Playlist team.